What key laws regulate mass media, and how does emerging media change them? These are some of the key pieces of legislation impacting emerging media. The Telecommunications Act of 1996 and net neutrality made changes to the communications infrastructure. The Act of 1996 distinguishes between telecommunications and information service providers. It was created to let communications businesses compete in any market against each other. And it was the first time the internet was categorized as part of broadcasting. The Act enforces regulations against telecommunications carriers, but not information services, which has affected growth in the internet industry. To provide a free and open internet, net neutrality says, no information can be slowed down or pushed through at a faster rate. All information on the internet is equal, whether it's stock trades or pictures of kittens. How has copyright changed regarding emerging media? Caroline Blom says U.S. copyright protects authors of original works. This includes several types of creative works. Stephanie Andrews notes, new technology makes copyright infringement easy. New media's paradox makes material easy to create and difficult to protect. Farhad Manjoo said in his New York Times article that buying content online has curtailed piracy. Significant copyright legislation includes the Copyright Act of 1976 and 1998's DMCA. The 1976 Act changed the requirements for obtaining copyright. Work no longer has to be registered and published once it's used in a tangible medium. It also codifies fair use, making it okay to use parts of a work without permission. The DCMA strengthened legal protection of intellectual property rights. OSPs are the bridge between intellectual property and the general public, making it their responsibility to ensure the public accesses the information legally. What has emerging media done to our concept of privacy? New technology makes it easy to get our information and difficult to protect our privacy. Posting our information online exposes us to companies, governments, and unscrupulous individuals. Brianna Betts-White says companies collect our data, which they use for marketing. According to Lois Beckett's article, Everything We Know About What Data Brokers Know About You, almost all of our information is available outside of our medical records and credit info. The Pew Research Center says 86% of us try to hide our online digital footprint, while 55% of us have tried to avoid specific people, organizations, or the government. Still, 59% of us don't think it's possible to be anonymous online. How has emerging media changed what you can say? Our founding fathers drafted the First Amendment to hold the government accountable. But there are some types of speech not protected by the First Amendment. While obscene speech is not protected, the Supreme Court has not imposed internet restrictions. Owners of social media sites can censor or delete content if they find it offensive. Confidential or proprietary material belongs to someone, so it's not free speech. Defamation, slander, and perjury are not protected. There's a difference between what you can say privately and as an employee on the job. Speech that leads to dangerous acts, like shouting fire in a crowded theater. And while no official laws exist, it's limited in some capacity. Can the internet make the world more free? Once man's mind has been stretched by new ideas, it never regains its old dimensions. China, internet freedom, and U.S. policy reference the Global Online Freedom Act, which prevents U.S. businesses from working with governments to censor the internet or use it for surveillance. Anne Bollinger referenced when China rules the web how the U.S. attempts to push for free speech through commerce. While governments may censor information, it's impossible to shut out all knowledge. Emerging media will change as regulations follow the commerce of the communications infrastructure. But at the heart of internet is communication, which means, out of all of the regulations that touch upon emerging media, the First Amendment is paramount.